As I was preparing for this morning's group healing, I kind of just took a barometer on what source was guiding me to discuss today. A lot of what we do in these group healings are going to be based on what you bring to the meeting. And I also want to make sure that we are covering some of those bigger things. The mass consciousness, that whole big collective just really impacts everybody. Carl Jung was onto something. I'm looking at fall, and today is a beautiful, crisp morning. I dressed in layers today, and it feels nice to be snuggly here in the Northern Hemisphere. We are experiencing our fall weather. Last night I had to close the windows. So, bringing that in and looking at the change of seasons, and that kind of has been a popular trend to talk about. When we have children, we talk about phases. Oh, this is a phase. They'll outgrow it. They'll outgrow it. It's just a phase. And so I think the current terminology is talking about seasons and needing to change for the seasons. And as seasons come, we recognize some of the things that we have going on. And with that, we also recognize things that need to be changed. And I think when we look at it as the perspective of it's a season, we know seasons change. And depending on where you live, depends on how much they change. But the colors that Mother Nature puts out there for us are different. And so that gives us that opportunity to kind of reflect and look and see what it is that we want to change. Is there a reason? I mean, when you've got it going on, there's no reason to change it. So not everything needs to change just because it's a season, but it's a good time to take an inventory and look and see where you want to see those changes. One of the things that really feels like it continues to loom and be present is all of our relationships around success. Knowing what it's like to be successful, knowing what failure is. And failure is not fatal. Failure is the opportunity to do it again, to have a do over. And as long as you continue to work towards a goal, you are not a failure. Failure is when you give up, when you quit trying. Many years ago, I'd say, if I'm successful and I make more money, I'm going to have to spend more time managing that money. That was a huge excuse. Huge excuse. Because as we have more, it has more places to go. As we are more abundant, we share more abundance with everyone else. And so I would invite us all to accept the download of what success is. And so we're talking about having that divine definition and discernment of what success is. So we prevent whatever it is that holds us back from accepting that success and abundance. And I invite you to look at success more about looking at the abundance. In this very short time since we've been on this call, there has been so much more money printed. Financial abundance is there. It's being created. There is more wealth in the world than when we started. And so let's create alignment with the divine definition of success and of failure. Let's remove what prevents you from having that success and what allows you to understand that failure is when you give up. And so understand that definition as well, that it's safe, what it feels like, and how you can have all of that. This comes around with the American value of success and doing. To be successful in America, you have to be doing. And so just because we're busy doing does not make us successful. So I'd like to remove the obligation that you have to be busy to be productive, to have value. All of that's a society thing. The reality is, if you don't give yourself some time to take a break, to sit back, to assess those seasons, you're unable to see what direction you need to put your efforts towards. And so let's do that. And so many of us have been called lazy in our life. You know, we see all the memes and the reels about you. As a child, we had to complete certain chores before we could go outside and play, and we had to do this before we could have that. We have to go to work, we have to make money so that we can have nice things. Okay, those things are, they're all true, but if we don't take time to relax, then we can't enjoy the things that we work so hard to have. So we're not lazy. I would like to remove the free floating memories that came from being told you were lazy, and allowing you to just melt in and be who you are. Kind of taking a look at finances. When we worry about it, we bring it to us. When you're constantly caught up in the worry of your financial abundance, you scare that finance away. You need to say, I love money. I love money. I love money. I love money. And money loves me. This is how we bring more into our life. And money is a human construct. So I really encourage us to think about abundance, having riches in our friendship, in our family, and the things that we already have, and reminding us to continue to have that gratitude practice. You know, what you are thankful for, you have more. And what you fail to have gratitude, you will lose. So stop worrying about money, because worrying is praying about what you don't want. And so when we worry we don't have money, we don't have money. The universe says, oh, you're worried you won't have any money? Here, you have no money. No need to worry about this anymore. Let's take that away from the universe and stop worrying about the money. Feel the abundance that you have within yourself, and feel where you can go forward with that. This also applies to relationships. We're so busy picking out who we want as the perfect person, the perfect mate, the perfect business partner, how we want everyone to be in our lives. And what we really need to do is write out that list, write out your ideal person. And the things that you're looking for in those other people are the things that you need to work on in yourself. Because what we are missing is what we are looking for. And the missing piece I have, if you have it, that doesn't give that piece to me and make me whole. So I need to look inward, and I need to be as whole of a person as I can be in order to attract other people who are like me. So that's the key in relationships, is making yourself whole. So, yeah, that's a lot of work. Let's do that work. Let's respect the change of the seasons and give ourselves that ability and freedom to look and see what needs to be changed. And then the guidance to actually move forward and make those changes. Let's remove the fear of success. Um, Downloading the divine definitions of success and of failure, and so that you know what it feels like to be successful, so you know what it feels like to not be a failure, and to have all of the abundance of the world that this universe has for you. We're going to remove the obligation to be constantly busy in order to have value. We're going to remove that obligation to carry your ancestors' views of lazy. Okay, let's get rid of that, and we're going to remove what prevents you from removing these beliefs. We are going to download those definitions, create alignment with those, so you know what it feels like, that it's safe, and how it feels. We're going to work on removing worry, because worry is not productive. Worry brings to us what we don't want. Don't put it out there in the universe. You don't want it, don't put it out there. Okay, put out there what you do want. See those riches, feel those riches coming to you, whether it's finance or people or just plain abundance. It's harvest season. Let's bring in the harvest of all of our hard work and let's feel it coming into us. If you would like all of those changes, just say yes out loud. If you're catching this on a replay, put it in the chat too. Just yes. Let's include some forgiveness, forgiveness to ourselves for having these misconceptions, forgiveness to God, source, higher power, whoever works for you. And we're going to also forgive any people or individuals. We'll forgive our guides for letting us get into this situation in the first place. Like those, just say yes as well. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Allow that to soak in. See the brilliance and find those silver linings because they're going to be coming to you and you're going to have so much more clarity in setting out your goals. We're entering into the last quarter of the year. Make it your best quarter yet. Look forward to seeing you all next week again. Or you can certainly contact me through amandabethhealing.com.